One thing is some of these Nigerian billionaires have a way of, trying to divert some of the funds that are meant to be for co-owners of their companies, and not just co-owners, they are stakeholders who are supposed to be beneficiaries of some of these big companies. And guess what? Hosa Tokumbo Captain Hosa Okumbo is not left out, because this time around, this is really about him. Because remember, he has Ocean Marine Solution Limited, and there's a missing link in Hosa's Okumbo still, because there are some things he's trying to keep away from some of those who are part of this business. And you know what that means? Remember, during the Edo State election, is one person that really took Ize Iyamo seriously and everything. One of those that was trying everything possible to ensure that Obaseki does not win the election. But at the end of the day, we all saw the outcome of that election. And now he has been called out on what he's supposed to do that he did not do. Well, more details I'll bring to you, but please, if you have not subscribed, ensure you subscribe to this channel, and also give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you get updated anytime we drop a new video. All right, guys, without taking much of your time, let us get right into the details of this report. As it says that the attempt by Captain Hosa Okumbo to obfuscate the real issues and confuse the public through a massive manipulative media onslaught should be dismissed as a desperate and futile effort to clean his organ stable. However, the inept and unskillful manner of his media campaign has only revealed to the discerning mind the missing links and his deliberate attempt to sidestep, if not totally avoid, addressing the substance of the issues in contention. The issues in contention are crystal clear and unambiguous. The deliberate and orchestrated campaign to demonize Tunde Ayeni, a major investor and co-founder of Ocean Marine Service Limited, has failed to achieve its intended purpose, but has rather resulted in leaving people wondering why the substance of the critical issues recently brought to fore in the public domain have been intentionally left unattended to. Captain Okumbo wants Nigerians to believe that Tunde Ayeni has irrationally relinquished his shares in Ocean Marine. His claims are premised on an illogical notion that a highly discerning and successful entrepreneur such as Tunde Ayeni sold the totality of his over 30% equity stake on OMS, a multi-million-dollar going concern value well in excess of $100 million for a paltry sum of 2 billion naira. And a little change. He wants the corporate Nigeria to buy into the false narrative that a business strategy aimed at ensuring that huge debt owed the company was recouped was actually a forfeiture of investment decision, thereby resulting in a situation where he, Okumbo, has become the absolute lord of the OMS manor, whilst the man whose idea and contacts gave birth to the investment can take a dive. However, it is common knowledge that deception has its limits and treachery has its expiry date. Discerning corporate players are not taken in by Okumbo's wasteful media antics and the attempts to give a bad name to the one on whose back he rode to wealth and stardom. Assuming without conceding that his erstwhile partner's investments are now his in return for the proverbial bowl of pottage, Allah Esau does that in any way extinguish the critical corporate issues bordering on the illicit diversion of OMS corporate revenue that Okumbo has been called out to address. Many still wonder what type of media battle is this that fails to address the salient issues that could clear his name once and for all, provoking the question, why is Okumbo dodging confronting the real issues? The critical issues here are gross mismanagement, stealing, and criminal diversion of company funds. This matter is fundamentally about the abuse of business ethics and corporate governance for selfish ends. Why is Okumbo maintaining a deafening silence on the allegation of an unauthorized withdrawal of $10 million allegedly spent on settling a Senate hearing on one of the subsidiary companies, Secured Anchorage Area SAA? When did the board sit to approve such bizarre expenditure? On what basis? Why is the recently deposed kingmaker of Edo State politics not in town to address the issue of the alleged illegal withdrawal of $8 million allegedly and supposedly spent on the presidency? Whatever that means, the withdrawals, which is what Efcc is currently investigating, was claimed to be funds withdrawn to take care of the dispute between the company and the Ministry of Transportation and the Nigerian Ports Authority (NBA). And this is not all. The EFCC is also beaming its searchlights on the company's $5 million, which Okumbo allegedly single-handedly withdrew and claimed to have invested in an oil block owned by Star Oil as a 5% stakeholder. Another key issue that will engage the attention of the anti-graft agency is the $1 million which the captain allegedly claimed to have borrowed from the company, but which he has refused to pay back. The alleged infrastructure are legion. How does one justify a claim by a company chair that he expended $30 million on a firm on oil spill in the Niger Delta region and expect investors and even the long-suffering Niger Delta people to be excited? But the mother of all infrastructure appears to be Okumbo's recent political misadventure in Edo State, where he threw in an intimidating war chest, which unfortunately yielded a colossal failure. An unspecified amount of money estimated at about $18 million allegedly withdrawn from the company's account was said to have been expended on that costly political misstep. The EFCC definitely has its job clearly cut out for it in respect of the many infractions and OMS. Okumbo will be explaining to the anti-graft agency why he single-handedly moved the company's account from Polaris Bank to Stanbic IBTC and thereby abandoning the loan repayment commitments by the company to the consortium of banks that funded the acquisition of Ibadan and Yola Electricity Distribution Companies. The loan currently is about $100 million. As damning and mind-boggling as these issues are, corporate watchers find it strange that OMS so-called board meeting of December 17, 2020, the board could only have a one-line response to the issues raised as follows: that its accounts are in good and correct order and its funds are intact and not missing, misappropriated or otherwise mismanaged. Of course, the so-called board members are his minions and others with significant stakes in the company. The board could take such major issues bordering on corporate governance and accountability with such levity and threat. Nigerians with such disdain speaks to the mindset of the Lord of the Manor, who much have convinced himself that he could get away with any infraction, since in his worldview everything and everyone has got a price. But the day of reckoning draws closer, and it is just a little more time before Nigerians will find out that some good gods truly have feet of clay. So guys, you can see that Okumbo is going to be in trouble soon, because I hope the EFCC does not really get a hold of him. Well guys, drop your comment and tell us what you think about this, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.